Hey there, Erin Lee here of VancouverIslandPsychic.com, bringing you the weekly psychic reading for Monday, October 27th to Sunday, November the 2nd, 2014. Thank you so much for joining me. So your crystal choices for the week are jet, aquamarine, and malachite. Again, that's jet, aquamarine, and malachite. And this week we'll be using Doreen Virtue's Messages from Your Angels Oracle card deck. And I'm going to start by giving the cards a shuffle and inviting our angels in and asking them what messages they have for us for the coming week to help keep us balanced, healthy, centered, and strong, and moving forward in a positive way along our divine life path. So let's just see. So the first card is for Monday and Tuesday, and the message that comes up for us is Maya, and she says, schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So really what we're starting to see at the beginning of the week is that it's important that we're taking time to learn. So making sure that we're being aware of the messages that we're receiving throughout the course of the day, any instances or situations that we might run into, particularly the ones that are negative or difficult. These are always learning opportunities and lessons, and they give us the chance to learn and grow and find out more about ourselves, to understand more about the world around us, and it also helps to strengthen our spiritual and divine connection as well. Now, something else that this card can indicate, if you've been thinking about going back to school, taking a course, looking into a class, or even researching something, whether it be online or in any field, the message that's coming up for us is that this is something that you should be really looking at for through the first couple of days this week. It's a really great time to be starting courses or projects, or to be enrolling or signing up for anything like that. And this can be schooling or studying either in some sort of institution like university or college, or it can just be something like at your local parks and rec. But the message for the first couple of days this week is that it's really important that we pay attention to what we're learning and the messages so that we can implement them within our lives. Looking at Wednesday and Thursday, the message that's coming up for us is Xana, and she says, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. And you know, this is a really great card to come up because I know for myself and for a lot of people around that it's been a really difficult time the last couple of weeks or so. Mercury being in retrograde hit a lot of people really hard, and there's a feeling of things just kind of being jumbled and up in the air. And so the message that's coming up for the middle of next week is that we're starting to see a break. There's starting to be calm again. Everything is coming back into order and into balance in our world and our lives. And so take a breath, relax, and know that there's a sense of stability and a sense of structure that's starting to come back into our lives and into our world, and to know that the worst is behind us. So if you've been going through or experiencing anything where you've been feeling like you've been hit by one thing after another, after another, after another, know that you've come through the worst of it. Things are starting to really slow down. Communication with people is going to become easier, and everything is really starting to balance out. So relax, breathe, and enjoy the feeling of comfort, safety, and protection that's starting to come into our lives through Wednesday and Thursday. And if at any time you aren't experiencing that sense of safety, comfort, and joy, know that you can always call on your angels and ask them for help and support in dealing with whatever might be on your plate at the time. All right. And finally, our card for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Seraphina. And the message that's coming up is, I am the angel of families. A happy change or addition is coming to your family. So obviously, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's important that we're connecting with family, knowing that it's a time of celebration, of happiness, of things coming together. It could be that you've been experiencing difficulty recently within your family or your family life. Know that that's starting to change and everything is starting to come back together. Things are becoming more cohesive. There's also, again, a lot of opportunity to grow and learn within family situations, particularly over the weekend. So make sure that you're taking time for yourself at the end of the week, and also time so that you can enjoy family and friends, remembering that family is not only the family that we're born into, but also includes our friends, which is the family that we choose. I'm also getting a sense that there's a lot of levity that's coming up through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's just popping into my head that, of course, Friday is also Halloween, so expect that there's a certain amount of fun that may come up for you around that as well. So things are really starting to come together. If we look at the whole week, there's a lot of emphasis on learning. It's also the opportunity to kind of take control again of our lives and say, okay, this is what I want, and I'm going to start moving towards my overall goals and dreams and desires and whatever it is that I'm wanting. Through the middle of the week, we're being surrounded by safety and protection, knowing that everything is going to be okay and that we've come through the worst of the difficulty that we're going to be experiencing. And then through the weekend is reconnection with friends, family, and loved ones, with the idea that there's possibly celebration that we're experiencing as well. One last thing I want to mention for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is for anybody who is wanting to conceive, or they're looking at pregnancy. Know that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be a really great time to get on that. All right, let's bring our crystals in. So your crystals again are jet, aquamarine, and malachite. So if you've chosen jet, the message that's coming up for you this week is Mystique. Mystique says, keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Now, before we go into the card, I want to talk really quickly about the crystal. Jet is one of my favorite crystals because it sucks the negativity right out. I find this to be particularly true in any sort of energy healing work that I do, like Reiki, that you can put jet on an area in the body and it just kind of sucks out any sort of negativity, and it feels like that's a really big part of what's coming up for you this week if you've chosen jet, that there's a sense of purging, clearing, and things are really starting to move forward. So the encouragement that's coming up for you this week is not to take no for an answer and to keep charging ahead, to keep moving ahead. Don't allow silly little things to divert you from your course, from your path, from what you're wanting, because things are starting to come together. So have faith and be open to miracles coming and altering things in a way that's even better than you could possibly have imagined. If you've chosen aquamarine, the message for you this week is Rosetta. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. And it's really interesting. We must have a lot of viewers this week who are wondering about pregnancy or children, because the message is coming up again. So let this be further confirmation that if you are in a position where you are looking to conceive, this week feels like a really great week, particularly if you've chosen aquamarine, so get on it. And furthermore, this stone, first of all, aquamarine talks a lot about communication, interacting with others, seeing the other person's point of view with compassion. There's a lot of balancing energy that happens with aquamarine. And if we look at the message that's coming up for you, it's all about nurturing, parenting, and children. So if you've been looking at a shift in career and wanting to work with kids, then this is a really great confirmation for that. If you've been having difficulty with children in your life, whether they be your own children or dealing with other people's children, know that you can call on your angels to ask for help and guidance and support with dealing with that situation. But there's a feeling, an overall feeling of nurturing and love. So this is further encouragement too, to make sure that you're gentle and nurturing with yourself and with the other people in your lives. There's also mentorship information that's coming up for you as well. So if the message of children doesn't make sense for you, look for opportunities and ways in which you can help and mentor other people, whether those people be children or other people that you encounter throughout the course of your day. There's a lot of energy coming up around that for you as well. All right, and if you've chosen malachite, The message for you this week is Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So there's obviously a lot of children energy coming up this week. This is really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this many cards in a weekly spread having to do with children. So definitely a theme for the week is children. Again, with malachite, this is a crystal that is really purifying, transforming. It helps us to move forward on an emotional level. It's very much our heart chakra stone, and it's all about letting go of emotions that no longer serve us so that we can create what we're wanting to in a loving way in our lives. If at any point this week you find that you're having a difficult time with romance, this is a really great crystal to incorporate into your life because it breaks down the emotional blocks that you may be experiencing within a relationship or in finding a relationship so that you can move forward and be healthy. Looking at the card and the message that's come up for you, this is again all about children. So again, a really great time to conceive, but also to rest, relax, and be easy with any relationships that you may have with children in your life, whether they be young children or grown children. And knowing that everyone is fully and completely supported and protected and surrounded by the angels and with love. Other messages that are coming up for you too are to make sure that you're being gentle and nurturing with yourself and again within the relationships that you have. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's weekly psychic reading. You can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. There you can get your own personalized reading as well. I offer in-person, phone, email, Skype, and YouTube readings. Thanks so much for joining me. Wishing you a fabulous week.